Yo, what's good? I'm MJ. I'm a director, DP, and model based out of New York. And in this video, I'm taking you behind the scenes of my most recent narrative spec commercial.
The 400 haunted me. Nightmares invaded my sleep. Unprepared, yet in my blocks. Anxious that my world would turn upside down. Again, and again, and again. Eventually, I found a kindred spirit. The city that also struggles with sleep, and its people, who find joy in placing one foot in front of the other. They guided my way back, inching to a place long forgotten, where the little girl who loved running waited, excitedly. And now that I've found her again, I think it's time for payback.
As someone transitioning from being a videographer to being a director and DP, I had to make spec work. Spec work is just speculative work to show potential clients what I can do. And as I want to make commercial work in the world of sports, fashion, and lifestyle, I need my work to reflect that as well. This story follows a former D1 track athlete who experienced an unexplained bout of vertigo that lasted for multiple days, the nightmare she had following that, and how a new community helped her find her way back to her first love. So this story starts with Peyton a few months ago, at the beginning of her return back to her sport. So I wanted the initial visuals as the director to feel a little disoriented, to play off the vertigo that she was experiencing, wanting to feel cold and isolated, especially because she mentioned that she felt alone or didn't know what was going on. And these would play alongside parts of the voiceover that would have her talking about her low point. And since I was director and DP, as a DP, I knew I would need cooler lighting for this, empty space. I knew I'd want to play around with the spinning vertigo shots. I think they're called vortex shots. I wanted to play with some lighting gags as well and some slow shutter effects to really hone in on that disoriented feeling. I knew I was gonna need to shoot in the studio for this scene. And then for the rising action, the climax, her finding her way back to the sport, I wanted there to be motion, warmth, and really just show her in her element. I knew this would mean some segue shots, some gimbal work, probably 60 frames per second, and tighter lenses as well. After we coordinated schedules, the plan was to shoot one day at the track, one day in the stew, and one day near the water.
Hola.
So you see me here walking through the first shot that we begin with Peyton. So upon starting, and this being my first time writing the segue, I actually wrote it backwards initially. But I figured that out and we got the shots we needed. This was our first time really trying to record BTS of a shoot we were on. So we didn't record that much behind the scenes. The next shoot day was at the studio. This was my first time using the Dana Dolly on the shoot, which I learned a lot from. We shot some stuff prior to Peyton coming with Q and myself, both in front of the camera.
I guess everything looks like a warehouse over here.
Then with Peyton, we did the vortex shots, we did some lighting gags, and some other things that didn't make the final cut.
Are you okay?
Also, the rig setup for the vortex shot was not my favorite, so I'm blurring that out. The last shoot day was the distance portion which we filmed by the water.
Hello, good morning. How you doing?
I should have taken pictures of you down there. It's
All right, that's all we get from MJ.
and we went back to the track to film some pickup shots. I used more of my gimbal this time with the Segway, versus the first day I used handheld while riding the Segway. So with anything, I could probably list a lot of lessons I learned from those 3 days that we shot, but I'll keep it to 3 things. The first of those would probably be to not change things after the tech scout. So I practiced the vortex dolly shot with Q, and on the day of the shoot, I added an external monitor which threw off the balance and made it difficult to get this shot. We still got it. I had to do some things in post to clean it up, but it was a little more difficult than it needed to be than what I expected it to be. The second thing would be to location scout. The exterior locations I had been to previously, however, I hadn't been to them in a few months, and a lot had changed, being that there was a lot of construction going on, and that kind of impacted how I got some of the shots and some of the shots I was able and was not able to get. So the second thing would be location scout. The third thing I learned is to plan and schedule based on how many people are going to be on set. Things took longer in the studio with the different lighting setups because we didn't have as many people as we expected to have, and there were only 2 to 3 of us. However, I don't even know if all the people that were supposed to come showed up, if it would have gone according to plan. So I think I might have even overplanned for the initial plan of people. So I need to be better about planning according to the number of people. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you even learned something. I am going to be posting on here more frequently as I think I figured some things out, and I look forward to it. So I hope you do as well. That is all for me. Once again, I'm MJ. Y'all be easy.